And here we have another Harley Benton guitar. This is the ST-20HSS SBK. If that doesn't tell you anything, I don't blame you. The ST stands for Strat, like Strat body. Not sure what 20 is, and HSS is Hamburger single single. And the SBK, I think it's the name of the color or something. So let us see what it's like. So this is by far the cheapest Strat you can get, at least that I know. And that isn't a total, hopefully not a total piece of shit. So, even has a cable in the box. Okay, here we have some tools and the whammy bar. Oh, that's something to test on a guitar that's cheaper than 100 euros. Wow, it looks awesome. Dang. Okay, so I need to take off this paper here that's covering the strings. Okay, so this is an interesting guitar. It's a flat, like matte black with this kind of red pickguard, and all the hardware is black. Volume, tone, 5-way switch. Back is black as well. The neck is the same on the back. And so the fretboard is some kind of material that I'm not familiar with. I've never used it because it's got this kind of purplish red color to it. I'll put up here what it's called because I don't know what it is. But it feels nice. It's like got good weight to it. I'm not gonna check the tuning yet until I plug it in. Pickup height seems to be fine. The setup seems decent. It's a little bit on the high side here, but I will fix that in the longer video when I go through the whole thing. I'm just gonna do this quick unboxing and first impressions, go through a couple of tones, and just see what it's like right out of the box. So let's plug it in. So first test, is it in tune? Ah, music to my ears. That's a good G here. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tune it up and see what the setup is like. Okay, so I've tuned up the guitar, and what I've noticed is that because it was so out of tune from the box, means that the whole tension of the whole thing has been completely off from, you know, what it was set up to be, I think. So what happens is I stretch the strings a few times. I go over them, stretch them all, because it takes time for them to adjust and everything. So what happens is now the strings are pulling the neck a lot more, so the action is a lot higher than it was before when I was checking it initially. But that's fixable. I'm sure the neck needs to be just adjusted a little bit, and the height. So still will go and play it the way it is out of the box, because for a proper longer video I will go through what I had to do to make it as good as I can possibly do with just some basic tools without upgrading anything. So first impression, the tuners are better than I thought. They're not great, they're just cheap tuners, but they're not complete crap. I haven't checked the pickups other than just the tuning, and I haven't checked the bridge or the whammy bar. So let's just see what it sounds like and if the setup is okay. Okay, let's tune it again. Maybe the strings are still kind of, you know, adjusting. Okay, so I've tuned the guitar again, and let's see what happens when I do a G. So here's my first note about the guitar. The strings are the thinnest I've ever tried in a guitar. These are definitely like 942s or something. I haven't played that kind of strings in ages. So the string action is high, strings are thin. That means when you press down, it just goes out of tune. So That is just a setup issue. It's not an issue with the guitar exactly. So what happens is I can do a G chord and it will sound, you know, pretty much fine. But then I'll go up here and everything is going out of tune because I'm pressing down so far to get the string to hit the fret. And that means the intonation is completely out of whack everywhere. So I'm not gonna dive into that in this video. It is fixable for sure. In the longer video, I'll go through how much I could fix it, if at all. So let's just see what the pickups sound like in a few different tones. Let's just go through some basic stuff. Let's add a bit of distortion to this tone and see what happens. So the string action is so high, it's actually quite difficult to play it. I have to press down so far and so hard. And just, I'm not used to these thin strings. So maybe I'll change it to a different gauge or something, but yeah. Okay, so we got the humbucker and then we got 2 single coils. So let's see what they sound like with this drive sound. Okay, see what the tone knob does, if it's the bridge or not. Okay, so this tone knob is not for the bridge. See if this one is. Okay, so the bridge doesn't have a tone knob at all. So let's go to the middle one. So the bottom tone knob is for the middle pickup, so I'm assuming this is for the neck then. So. Yep. It's not like this pickup is very bright to begin with, so I would rather put the tone knob on the bridge pickup, but that's just the way it is. Okay, it's usable. I mean, for the price, it's the cheapest guitar I've ever touched, I think. If I was a beginner, I would be stoked to have a guitar like this one. It looks badass. I noticed that there's a little bit of a, I guess, like paint blemish on the neck here. I can't fault them for the price. I honestly don't care. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty damn good anyways. So like I said, as a beginner, this would absolutely satisfy pretty much anyone's needs. The strings are just too thin. I can't use strings like this. You just listen to this. It literally goes a half note up. So I'm gonna have to swap out the strings for something different and adjust everything. I think I'll do that in the other video and see if I can make it a lot better with better strings. So my conclusion is that this guitar is, for the price which I'm putting up here, I mean, I'm not sure you can find anything better, at least not from a different maker. Harley Benton, like, they have different models of a Strat and a Telly and stuff like that, but like, yeah, if you want to give your kid a beginner guitar, and if you have at least a little bit of knowledge to, you know, maybe adjust the neck and the height of the strings, then you can make it seriously good for a beginner, I think. Let's leave that for the next video. So so please consider subscribing if you liked the video, and I will have a lot more content coming very soon, so stay tuned.